3 months passed by without me even realizing it. During this time, many things changed, the biggest change being in Sia's life. In the past, as promised by Manav, he did exactly that. He applied for Sia's guardianship with great care. But when there was a bit of trouble at the ashram and they denied it, Manav deliberately informed them about the treatment Sia was receiving from the Rao family and showed them the evidence. His decision worked out very well. The elderly couple managing the ashram treated every child growing there as their own. Sia was the most cherished among them. Not just them, but the staff's children. Everyone loved her very much. Why wouldn't they? Sia was so adorable, innocent, playful, always wanting attention, non-stop talking and driving everyone crazy. But at the same time, when trouble arose, Sia was calm, composed, and a proud girl. Therefore, without wasting much time, the elderly couple approved Manav as Sia's guardian. After all, who didn't know Manav Bajaj? His stature was such that with just a gesture he could ruin the entire city in no time. They also gave a warning that if the Rao family treated Sia the way they did again, they would take Sia back to Maharashtra forever. If anyone else had tried to threaten Manav like this at any other time, they would have been in hell by now. But Manav understood that Sia was their lifeline, a family. So he assured them. He also told them that he didn't want this matter to come out in the open, neither to the outside world nor to the Rao family. Therefore, until he said so, no one should know about it. For some reason, the elderly couple agreed to Manav's request without much thought. Their old eyes could clearly see the care, affection, and love in Manav's eyes for Sia. Hence, they didn't ask many questions. Meanwhile, at the villa, Manav had called the best doctors to treat Sia. During this time, Leela Auntie also took very good care of her. Their relationship had become like that of a mother and daughter. Sia had now completely recovered, and all the people working in the villa loved her very much and showed her affection. Perhaps because of this love, Sia had temporarily forgotten her sorrows and the injustices she had faced, and the glimpse of the old Sia could be seen in her. Throughout the day in that villa, Sia's talks, her laughter, and the complaints of people disturbed by her mischief echoed, making the villa a lively home. Everyone there loved it. Moreover, Manav himself went to Sia every night, made her sit in front of him, had dinner with her, gave her medicine, and helped her with her studies. Because now Sia was completely fine, so she could start her studies again. But no matter how smart Sia was, she didn't have enough knowledge to learn everything on her own. Therefore, without making a fuss, she quietly chose to study with Manav. I don't know when, but both had become very special to each other. In the past, even if they didn't see each other all day, they would have breakfast and dinner together and study all night. This had become their daily routine. Manav always encouraged Sia to study, and if Sia didn't focus on her studies, he would occasionally scold her. He also forcibly took her jogging and for exercises every day. No matter how much Sia tried to act, she couldn't get away with it in front of Manav. She had to do what he said. That's why Sia called him Kadus, and our Manav Baba already called her darling. Sia had refused to call him that many times, but it didn't register in Manav's ears. So Sia now deliberately called him Kadus in front of everyone. Initially, she was just teasing him, but neither of them realized when they got used to it. Manav was certainly doing it for her well-being and health. Sia knew this well, but somewhere she found it very nice that someone cared for her so much, showed her so much love, and spoke to her with affection. Manav pampered Sia a lot. He fulfilled all her wishes and treated her like a small child, and Sia, forgetting the whole world, openly showed her childishness in front of him. Sometimes when she was in deep sleep and memories of her past life haunted her, it was Manav who would gently stroke her head, as if he were someone very close, comforting her. On the other hand, the Rao family had now learned about Sia's disappearance. They didn't have complete information, but they knew that for some reason, Sia's health had deteriorated significantly. That's why she had been taken to a good hospital for treatment. But during that time, had she escaped, deceiving them? And for the past 3 months, there was no trace of her. It was as if Sia had never been there. When Mr. Old Rao learned this, he was shocked. That his granddaughter had been sent to a mental assignment by her own family without a second thought. And even more shocking, his granddaughter had escaped from there and was now missing, like air that exists but cannot be seen. This news had a very bad effect on his health. He even suffered a heart attack, which led to him being admitted to the hospital for several days. After much effort and receiving the best treatment, his health improved slightly. When the other members of the Rao family tried to take care of him, he refused to let them come near. He had also declared that until Siya returned to them, he didn't want to see their faces. Moreover, he threatened everyone that if Siya didn't return home safe and sound, he would send Ragini to her rightful place immediately. He would also reveal the truth to the media that Ragini was not his real wife, but Siya was. This put even more pressure on the other family members. If that happened, it would create a huge problem. Everyone understood this well. Therefore, without making much fuss, they began to search for Siya. Ragini was so scared that she couldn't sleep at night. She was slipping into depression. She always blamed Siya for all this and prayed for her death. She always wanted one thing: for Siya to die and never come back into her life. Despite the Rao brothers' efforts, they couldn't find even a small piece of news about Siya. It seemed as if there was no one named Siya. Meanwhile, the three brothers had realized that someone was deliberately preventing information about Siya from reaching them. And whoever it was, they must be a very powerful person. Because the Rao family had put almost all their power into finding her, yet there was no news about Siya. The three brothers began to worry a little about Siya. They had been searching for her for months, but all they faced was failure. Gradually, a fear of losing someone settled in their hearts, but no one spoke about it. Everyone was counting in their hearts, searching for Siya. Because deep down, they all knew that they were equally at fault in all this, just like others. Meanwhile, in Manav's villa, Siya was strolling in the garden. There was also a very large dog, a husky breed, named Coco. Siya loved his green-blue eyes. While she was strolling there, suddenly the sprinklers turned on, causing water to fall like rain all over the garden. Seeing this, Siya couldn't resist and went straight to play in the water. She played in the water for quite a while. When Leela Ji felt that Siya hadn't come for a long time, she went to check. Upon seeing the scene, anger appeared on her face. She first turned off the sprinklers and then went to Siya, twisting her ear and saying, "What did we tell you? You must not get wet in the water at all. You ate so much ice cream in the morning, and now you're playing in such cold water. You'll catch a fever, and then Manav Baba will take good care of all of us." To which Siya, trying to free her ear, said, "Leela Kaki, please let go, it hurts," and looked at Leela Ji with her sweet, innocent face, her eyes filled with the innocence of the world. Seeing her like that, even a stone would melt. So what was Leela Ji? Therefore, compelled by her heart, Leela Ji let her go and took her inside. She said, "Hurry up and dry yourself properly. Otherwise, you'll really catch a cold and fever, you crazy girl," and took her to her room. Meanwhile, in Bajaj Industries, Manav was sitting in his office. He was dressed in a very classic, luxurious uniform. At that moment, he was sitting in his chair reading some files. Just then, his assistant Dhruv entered and respectfully placed a file on the table, saying, "Sir, I needed to talk to you. I had something to tell you." Manav looked at him. Seeing this, Dhruv quickly started speaking. "Sir, the Rao family has been trying very hard to gather information about Madam Siya for some time now. They even went to Maharashtra to investigate, but as that old couple promised you, they had no information about her." He was not ready to sit quietly and continued, "Moreover, Mr. Old Rao has threatened them all." Saying this, he revealed everything. Manav placed the file on the table, leaned back with satisfaction, and said while looking at him, "This hide-and-seek game has gone on long enough. It seems we need to play face-to-face now. Do one thing, let them know that Siya is now with me, but make it look like they discovered this information themselves. Also, they shouldn't find out that I have become her legal guardian." Dhruv nodded and left the cabin. He did exactly as Manav instructed. Meanwhile, Manav sat in his office, dialing with a smile. Something was going on in his mind. At that moment, there was a different sparkle in his eyes, hinting at the storm to come. Manav was looking at the screen, which displayed a very lovely picture of Siya. While looking at her, Manav says, "Darling, it's going to be so much fun. That's enough. It's time to start the game. I also want to see how stubborn you are, and how many of your promises you keep. It's going to be a lot of fun, so much fun. Just a little more time." Saying this, he starts to smile. That smile of his was enough to give someone a heart attack.